How would you like to be praised as a person to find one of these miraculous sheds? This is from a white-tailed deer in Minnesota. Last year, according to a Minnesota DNR website statistic, there was roughly 500,000 firearm hunters and another 100,000 bow hunters and 50,000 muzzleload hunters. And all of these hunters dream of finding or shooting a buck like this. There's a few things that you want to know before about growth, when and where to find these. And this is what I'll be talking about, beginning with the growth of the antler and its importance. There's a website, according to the Outdoor News magazine, there's an article written by Rob Zink. It's about why medical researchers are interested in these antlers, and it's mainly because of the limb reconstruction, and the antlers are treated as a limb, so to say, and it's a mammal and just something that doesn't really happen very often, and it shows most distinctively in white-tailed deer. And it talks about the growth of them, and it says that these antlers grow from pedicles at the back of their head, and it's the skin that stretches outward, and it's a velvet type material that supplies blood to the new bone, and the new bone is made up of two different kind of bones. It's the cortical bone, which is the hard outer, and the trabecular is the soft inner bone. These bones, according to white-tailed deer antlers, an article on the pabucks.com website, can grow up to a ½ inch per day, which is pretty fast. It's pretty amazing. Another website, The World of White-tailed Deer, written by James Kroll in the North American Whitetail magazine, he talks about that when pedicles can be damaged, but the antler will not be deformed. And what deforms the antlers, because every once in a while you'll see one with drop tines and stuff, it's actually the skin that gets damaged. And I found that interesting. I thought I'd share that as well. The next thing is where and when. When you want to find these is typically the deer lose them in December through April, but the majority of the deer lose their sheds in late January and into February. So you don't want to be out there too early looking for these deer antlers, because there's the risk of pushing the deer to a neighbor's land, or who knows how far it might run, and then you'll never find his antler. So you just want to observe these deer and just kind of wait. Once the rush is other shed hunters, but it's best not to be out there too early. Just monitoring, like I said, with binoculars and just waiting for them, watching food plots and stuff. Where to find these is another thing. Another website, outdoorlife.com, it talks about looking at food plots and bedding areas as a particular area to focus your shed hunt. This is because it will narrow your search. You can spend less time and have more results, and that's what you want. You don't want to be walking around aimlessly. So by doing so, you focus on these bedding areas and food plots. Cornfield is a good example. It will increase your chances, and what you want to do is kind of a grid, a cross-section, and you just want to back and forth, just zigzag over like a specific area, like this bedding area, and 1 acre area or something. And by doing so, you'll scan the beds and you'll pick one up. The best days to do this are days where the sun isn't out, or a rainy day. This allows the minimum shadow, which makes it easier to spot these antlers in a brush pile. And also, if they're wet, it will be easier to see because they'll have a shine to them and it'll just glow at you. So with this said, knowing the basic knowledge of how they grow and when they grow and where and when to find these things, put the three together, and you can be that person that is praised for finding this large shed or shooting a large buck. That's it.